What do you want to hear first? The good news or the bad news? Hello, my name is Joe Almodovar. I am a licensed real estate broker in the state of Florida with Bella Lago Brokerage Inc. And today's market is a weird market. I call it stagnation. There's inflation, depression in between, stagnation. Now, the good news is that the Federal Reserve recently just lowered the interest rate half a point, and allegedly throughout the year they're going to lower it another half a point as well. That's great for business, and it's great for home buyers or anyone in the financial industry. Now, why I say the market is weird, I want you to think about this. During COVID, many buyers or homeowners refinanced their loan, and they got a very low interest rate, 2.25, 2.75, or 3.25, depending on different factors, including especially the FICO score. Well, when they got that interest rate, even if they were to downsize now, with today's current interest rate, they're going to pay so much more on a smaller property. So what they do, they hold on to the property, they don't list it, and eventually they even rent it out. So that allows for more renters, thus the supply and demand, rents have become even a little cheaper, okay? So most prospect home buyers, they're looking at today's current interest rate, which makes it harder for them to qualify, right? Their buying power is diminished, on top of the mortgage payment is a lot higher. So what they do, they preferably rent. So we definitely need to bring the interest rate because it's affecting the entire United States. It's also affecting other nations that depend on the dollar. Now, I'm not going to get into fractional lending and other stuff. For those that don't understand fractional lending, one day I'll do a course on that, which basically, for example, if the bank has $1,000 deposited, they are allowed to keep 10% and then lend out the other 90%, right? Especially to the Federal Reserve Bank. And then what happens is when they lend out that other 90% on the proceeds of the alleged what they're going to get return on that lending out that funds, they're able to lend again another 90%. When it comes to C, you're lending out so much more. It's like a monopoly inflation, and it creates a lot of issues, which one day I'll discuss it. So the fact that when the interest rate is reduced, it creates the expansion of money. There are other factors as well, but more money becomes available, which is good for us. Right, creates more jobs, people spend more, people buy properties, cars, dealers, you name it. So what we need is actually home buyers to feel comfortable, become aware that the interest rate has come down and it's going to continue hopefully to come down, also depending on the presidential candidates who wins. But we definitely need that to assess because we are in a weird market. Another issue, another factor is that a lot of builders back in the days, they had their preferred lenders, right? Today, the builders are the lender. So what happens is they're making money in both ways. They're making money and lowering the property value, right, or the price, the sale price, and also making money on the financing part because they have become the lender, so they're able to buy down the interest rate, offer you a better interest rate and higher buying power, so they become a lot more competitive in a resale. I, as a listing agent or listing broker, for example, they'll offer me some lenders or builders will offer me 3%. Plus $10,000 bonus, plus incentives for the buyers, right? Plus a closing cost assistant. So when you look at that, because they're able to do that now, right? Because eventually what they do is they become the lender, then they'll sell out those loans to Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, right? And they get it out the books and they continue lending. Well, the issue is that the resale now becomes a lot more competitive than a brand new property, which they are selling less, is cheaper. And it makes it easier for them to qualify, and that's the fact. So that makes it for us that much harder. This is why I'm moving more towards now, I'm a listing broker, more towards selling new properties because, we got to keep the market going. But hopefully in another month or two, the interest rate will go down again another half a point. Keep in mind that the lenders charge you a marginal fee above the Federal Reserve rate, right? Because they got to make money. So when the Federal Reserve Bank lower that interest rate, hopefully lenders are going to follow and make it more affordable for you and I, right? For the prospect, for the buyers, especially lower to middle class family in America, which honestly need that so they can afford a home. The lower the interest rate, the more buying power they have, and eventually when it becomes cheaper or almost just the same than renting, you're going to get more prospect buyers out there. And then you got to balance the market because eventually when you get more buyers, what happens? Inflation, right? Property prices start going up because supply and demand, the more demand for the property, the less supply there is, and then what happens? Property prices goes up. So there's a balance. So that's what I have for you today. Let me know your opinion. Feel free to comment. And I thank you for watching. And please like, comment, and share. And God bless.